Across the sprawling, untamed wildernesses of our planet, a relentless drama unfolds, one that is as ancient as life itself. Here, in the world's most remote corners, every sunrise signals the beginning of a new chapter in the epic saga of survival, from the first golden rays of dawn that pierce the misty grasslands to the silent, shadowy hours of night when predators prowl and prey hides. The struggle for existence is unending and ever-changing. This is a realm where every decision, every movement is dictated by the primal laws of instinct and adaptation. Here, survival is not a matter of chance, but of finely honed skills and relentless determination. Whether it's a colossal elephant forging a path through the savannah, or a minuscule insect scouring the undergrowth for sustenance, each creature is locked in a daily quest to find nourishment, evade danger, and secure the future of its lineage. In this unforgiving arena, strength, speed, and intelligence are invaluable assets. Yet, it is the ability to adapt, to read the subtle cues of the environment, to change tactics in the face of adversity, that often determines who thrives and who perishes. The rules of this grand contest are etched into the very fabric of nature, woven into the patterns of fur, feather, and scale, and reflected in the ever-shifting landscapes that these animals call home. For some, survival is a display of raw power, a lion's thunderous roar echoing across the plains, or a raptor's razor-sharp dive from the sky, each movement a testament to evolutionary perfection. For others, it is a game of wits and resilience. Some creatures vanish into their surroundings with masterful camouflage, while others form intricate alliances, packs of wolves coordinating with silent precision, or Arctic animals enduring the bitter cold with remarkable endurance. Each animal, from the smallest insect to the largest mammal, is a vital player in this intricate web. Their lives are interwoven, their fates bound together in a delicate balance that sustains entire ecosystems. The eternal contest between hunter and hunted is a driving force, shaping bodies, behaviors, and even the landscapes themselves. Every chase, every narrow escape pushes both predator and prey to new heights of ingenuity and athleticism. This fragile equilibrium is the heartbeat of the wild. From the pollinating insect to the apex predator, each organism plays a role in maintaining the health and diversity of their world, forming a living tapestry of interdependence. Across continents, from the sun-baked plains of Africa to the lush, tangled jungles of South America, these stories of survival are as varied as the landscapes themselves. Each region presents its own unique challenges, demanding specialized strategies and remarkable adaptations. The diversity of survival tactics is staggering. In the mountains, animals must contend with thin air and treacherous terrain. In deserts, water is a precious commodity, and only the most resourceful endure. In forests, the battle is for light, space, and the constant threat of unseen predators. Some species have mastered the art of invisibility, blending seamlessly into their surroundings to avoid detection. Their bodies mimic leaves, bark, or even stones, allowing them to vanish from sight in an instant. Others advertise their presence boldly, flaunting vivid colors as a warning to would-be predators. These signals are not just beautiful, they are life-saving, honed by countless generations of natural selection. Cooperation is another key to survival. Herds of zebras and wildebeests move as one, their numbers offering protection against predators. Dolphins hunt in coordinated groups, using teamwork to outsmart their prey and secure a meal for all. Ingenuity is everywhere. Some animals use tools to access food, while others solve complex problems to overcome obstacles. These feats of intelligence reveal the remarkable adaptability of life in the wild. Every species, no matter how small, has a purpose. Bees pollinate flowers, ensuring the survival of countless plants. Dung beetles recycle nutrients, enriching the soil. Keystone species shape entire ecosystems, their presence vital to the balance of life. By observing how animals navigate their environments, crossing rivers, scaling cliffs, or evading predators, we gain insight into the complex relationships that sustain the natural world. The daily trials faced by these creatures are not isolated struggles, but threads in a vast, ever-evolving tapestry. As seasons shift and climates change, new challenges arise, demanding fresh solutions and driving the endless cycle of adaptation and survival. This is the grand arena of life on Earth, an awe-inspiring testament to the resilience, creativity, and interconnectedness of the natural world. The African savanna stretches endlessly beneath a golden sky, a vast and ancient stage where some of the world's most extraordinary giants roam. Here the rhythm of life is dictated by the seasons, and survival depends on both strength and adaptation. Towering above the grasslands, the giraffe is instantly recognizable, its long neck and legs giving it a vantage point unmatched by any other animal. With a prehensile tongue nearly 2 feet long, it deftly plucks tender leaves from the highest branches, often feeding on thorny acacias that few others dare to touch. Life for a giraffe begins with a dramatic plunge. Newborn calves drop over 6 feet to the earth below, a jarring entry that stimulates their first breath and readies their bodies for the challenges ahead. Vulnerable and unsteady, they must quickly find their footing, for the savanna is a place where hesitation can be fatal. Within minutes, the calf struggles upright, its spindly legs trembling as it learns to stand. Predators, such as hyenas and lions, watch from the shadows, ever alert for weakness. But a mother giraffe is a formidable guardian. Her powerful legs can deliver bone-shattering kicks, deterring even the most determined attacker. Yet, even the giraffe's impressive stature is dwarfed by the African elephant, the undisputed titan of the savanna. Weighing up to 7 tons, these gentle giants shape the very landscape they inhabit. Their trunks, a marvel of evolution with over 40,000 muscles, are used to strip bark, uproot trees, and gather food with astonishing dexterity. An adult elephant consumes up to 660 pounds of vegetation daily, clearing dense thickets and opening up the savanna for other grazers. During the parched months, elephants become engineers of survival, digging deep into the earth to uncover hidden water, creating life-saving wells that sustain countless species through the harshest droughts. These actions transform the ecosystem, maintaining the delicate balance between grassland and woodland. The open spaces left behind by feeding elephants become grazing grounds for zebras, wildebeests, and antelopes, while their waterholes draw in a congregation of life, from flocks of birds to herds of buffalo. In the rivers and lakes, another giant reigns, the hippopotamus. Despite its rotund, seemingly sluggish appearance, the hippo is a creature of remarkable strength and surprising agility. Unlike most aquatic mammals, it cannot swim. Instead, it propels itself by running along the riverbed, its massive body gliding effortlessly through the water. The hippo's skin is uniquely adapted to the harsh African sun. It secretes a thick, red fluid, sometimes called blood sweat, which acts as both a sunscreen and an antibiotic, protecting the animal from sunburn and infection in the sweltering heat. But it is the hippo's mouth that commands the most respect. Capable of opening to a staggering 150 degrees, it reveals tusk-like canines that can reach over a foot in length. With a bite force strong enough to snap a canoe in half, the hippo is one of Africa's most dangerous animals, fiercely territorial and unpredictable. Completing this cast of giants is the African buffalo, a creature whose reputation for ferocity is legendary. Sometimes called Black Death, the buffalo is both a formidable grazer and a relentless defender. Unlike most herbivores, it will not hesitate to turn on its predators, often charging lions with astonishing speed and coordination. The horns of a mature male are fused at the base, forming a solid, helmet-like boss that can withstand tremendous force. This natural armor is so dense, it can deflect even rifle bullets, making the buffalo one of the most respected and feared inhabitants of the savanna. In the face of danger, the herd bands together, presenting a wall of muscle and horn that few predators dare to challenge. In this land of giants, every day is a test of strength, resilience, and adaptation. The African savanna's titans are not only survivors, they are the architects of their world, shaping the landscape and the lives of all who dwell within it. As dawn breaks over the endless African savanna, a golden haze settles across the plains, revealing a world where every creature is locked in a perpetual contest of survival. Here, the intricate dance between predator and prey is shaped by millennia of evolution, each species adapting in remarkable ways to outwit, outrun, or overpower the other. The lion, often hailed as the king of these grasslands, is a paragon of raw power and calculated patience. With muscles rippling beneath its tawny coat, it moves almost invisibly through the tall grass, every step measured, every breath controlled. When the moment is right, the lion explodes into action, reaching speeds of up to 50 miles per hour in a matter of seconds, yet this burst is brief, a gamble of energy and timing. Despite their formidable strength, lions are not solitary hunters. They rely on the complex social structure of the pride, where each member has a role. Some drive prey toward hidden ambushes, while others wait in silence. Yet, even with this teamwork, success is elusive. Only about a quarter of their hunts end in a kill, and failed attempts leave the pride exhausted and hungry, forced to rest and recover before trying again. The prey they pursue are far from defenseless. Giraffes, towering and vigilant, can deliver bone-shattering kicks, while a tightly knit herd of buffalo forms a living fortress, horns lowered and bodies pressed together. When faced with such formidable resistance, even the most determined lions must abandon the chase, melting back into the grass to wait for a moment of weakness. In stark contrast, the African wild dog is a master of relentless pursuit and flawless cooperation. These lithe, mottled hunters move as a single entity, communicating with high-pitched calls and subtle body language. Their hunts are meticulously orchestrated, with each dog taking turns leading the chase, ensuring no single member tires too quickly. Wild dogs are the endurance athletes of the savannah. Their hunts can stretch for miles, with the pack weaving through the grass in a tireless relay. Prey animals, such as impala or gazelle, are pushed to the brink of exhaustion, their stamina tested against the unyielding determination of the pack. What truly sets wild dogs apart is their extraordinary social bond. After a successful hunt, the pack regroups, and the youngest pups and the weakest members are fed first. This selfless behavior ensures the survival of the entire group, reinforcing a unity that is vital in a landscape where every day is a test of endurance. Yet, their nomadic existence brings constant challenges. As human settlements expand and wild spaces shrink, wild dogs are forced to traverse ever more fragmented territories, their future hanging in the balance as they navigate a world increasingly shaped by human hands. Against this backdrop, the great wildebeest migration unfolds, a spectacle of movement and survival unmatched anywhere on Earth. Over 1.5 million wildebeest surge across the Serengeti, their hooves thundering in unison as they follow the rains in search of fresh grazing grounds. In a remarkable display of synchronized birth, nearly 500,000 calves are born within a 3-week window each February. This phenomenon, known as predator swamping, floods the plains with vulnerable young, overwhelming the predators that stalk the herds. Lions and hyenas, ever watchful, prowl the edges of the herds, but the sheer abundance of calves means that most will survive. The predators can only claim a fraction, while the rest blend into the mass, protected by numbers and the vigilance of their mothers. For the young wildebeest, survival is a race from the very first moments of life. Within minutes of birth, calves must stand and run, joining the herd as it moves ever onward, forging the next generation of this epic migration. Alongside the wildebeest, zebras play a crucial role in the ecosystem's balance. Their powerful jaws and specialized teeth allow them to graze on the toughest, most fibrous grasses, clearing the way for the more selective grazers that follow. This natural partnership ensures that the migration moves efficiently, with zebras acting as trailblazers and wildebeest benefiting from the newly accessible pastures. The zebra's iconic stripes, once a mystery, are now understood to be a sophisticated defense against biting flies. The alternating black and white bands disrupt the visual systems of these insects, making it difficult for them to land and feed, thus protecting the zebras from disease and irritation. When danger strikes, zebras are far from passive. A single, well-placed kick from their powerful hind legs can shatter a predator's jaw, serving as a stark warning that even the hunted possess formidable defenses in this relentless struggle for survival. In the untamed wilderness, survival is a relentless test of wit and will. Here, brute force and speed are only part of the equation. Often, it is the sharpness of the mind and the power of unity that tip the scales between life and death. Take the baboon, for instance, a master of both intellect and social strategy. These primates thrive in the harsh savannas and woodlands by weaving intricate social bonds, each member playing a distinct role within the troop. Troops can number from a handful to over 100 individuals, each one contributing to a living, breathing network of cooperation. Within this structure, alliances are forged, hierarchies are established, and every baboon learns to read the subtle cues of body language and vocalizations. Their collective intelligence is on full display as they coordinate movements, share information about food sources, and issue alarm calls at the first sign of danger. A single lookout can save the entire troop from a lurking predator. Foraging is a communal affair, with individuals spreading out to cover more ground while others remain vigilant. When threatened, the troop bands together, presenting a formidable front that can deter even the most determined adversaries. This dynamic social web allows baboons to adapt rapidly to shifting conditions, whether it's a sudden drought, a new predator, or a change in food availability. They solve problems collectively, learning from one another and passing down knowledge through generations. Thousands of miles away in the dense forests of South America, brown capuchin monkeys demonstrate a different kind of brilliance. These nimble primates are renowned for their tool use, a rare trait in the animal kingdom. Capuchins have mastered the art of using stones as hammers and anvils, carefully selecting the perfect tool to crack open the rock-hard shells of palm nuts. This process requires not only strength, but also patience, precision, and an understanding of cause and effect. Before the first strike, a capuchin will inspect several stones, weighing their heft and shape, demonstrating a level of foresight and planning that rivals that of early human ancestors. Their ingenuity extends beyond foraging. Capuchins have been observed selecting specific plants and rubbing them onto their fur, harnessing natural insect repellents and even medicinal compounds. This self-medicating behavior reveals a deep, instinctual knowledge of their environment's hidden resources. The impact of these intelligent creatures ripples outward, shaping the very landscapes they inhabit. As they travel, forage, and interact, they become vital architects of their ecosystems. Both baboons and capuchins are prolific fruit eaters. As they consume and move through their territories, they inadvertently transport seeds far from the parent trees, ensuring the regeneration and diversity of the forest. Seeds pass through their digestive systems and are deposited in nutrient-rich droppings, often in locations ideal for germination. This natural process helps maintain the delicate balance of the ecosystem, supporting countless other species. In South America, the industrious coati adds another layer to this story. As groups of coatis dig and forage for insects and roots, they turn over the soil, aerating it and promoting the growth of new plants. Their daily routines quietly enrich the land, fostering a healthier, more vibrant forest. The thread that ties these stories together is the reliance on group living and the sharing of knowledge. In the wild, Cooperation is not just a strategy, it is a necessity, woven into the very fabric of survival. When danger looms, a troop of baboons will unite, their combined strength and courage enough to repel formidable predators. Meanwhile, Capuchin families patiently teach their young the secrets of tool use, ensuring that hard-won knowledge is never lost. This social intelligence enables them to tackle challenges that would overwhelm a solitary animal, navigating treacherous terrain, outsmarting rivals and adapting to the unpredictable rhythms of nature. In the grand theatre of survival, it is not always the sharpest claw or the strongest jaw that prevails. Sometimes it is the clever mind and the collective strength of the group that secure a future for generations to come. Deep within the emerald labyrinth of South America, where the Amazon's serpentine waters carve through a living tapestry of green, the jaguar emerges as the undisputed sovereign of the shadows. Every step it takes is a silent testament to millions of years of evolution, perfectly attuned to the pulse of the rainforest. As the continent's apex predator, the jaguar is revered for its raw strength and ghost-like stealth. Its golden coat, dappled with rosettes, blends seamlessly with the shifting light, allowing it to vanish into the undergrowth in an instant. What truly distinguishes the jaguar is its phenomenal bite force, pound for pound, the most powerful of any big cat. Its jaws are engineered to crush bone and pierce armor, a biological marvel that enables it to hunt prey armored in thick hide or even bone-plated skulls. Unlike its feline cousins, the jaguar's signature kill is a single, devastating bite to the skull, instantly ending the struggle. This lethal precision allows it to tackle formidable prey such as armored caimans and capybaras, even in the tangled margins where river meets forest. The jaguar's versatility is legendary. It is equally at home stalking through dense foliage, scaling trees with silent agility, or gliding through water with a swimmer's grace. One of the few big cats with a true affinity for aquatic hunting. Recent research reveals that up to half of a jaguar's diet may come from aquatic prey. With lightning reflexes, it snatches fish from swirling currents and ambushes caimans, dragging them from the water's edge with astonishing power. This adaptability ensures its dominance in a landscape shaped by flood and drought. Sharing this ancient realm is the tapir, a living relic whose lineage stretches back to the dawn of mammals. With its barrel-shaped body and gentle demeanor, the tapir moves quietly through the undergrowth, a silent gardener of the forest. The tapir's role is vital. As it forages for fruit and foliage, it swallows seeds whole, later depositing them far from the parent tree. This process, known as endozookery, is essential for the regeneration and diversity of the Amazon's plant life, making the tapir a keystone species in this intricate ecosystem. Its most distinctive feature is its prehensile snout, a flexible, muscular extension that acts as both a grasping hand and a sensitive probe. This remarkable adaptation allows the tapir to pluck tender shoots, strip leaves from branches, and sniff out ripe fruit hidden beneath the canopy. The tapir is also an adept swimmer, using its snout as a natural snorkel to breathe while submerged. In the heat of the day, it slips into cool streams to evade predators or simply to regulate its body temperature, a behavior that has helped it survive for millennia in a world of constant change. As dusk falls, the ocelot emerges, a smaller, more elusive feline, perfectly adapted to the nocturnal world. Its movements are fluid and silent, a masterclass in stealth beneath the moonlit canopy. The ocelot's eyes, equipped with a reflective layer called the tapetum lucidum, grant it vision 6 times more sensitive than a human's in low light. This adaptation allows it to detect the faintest rustle or glimmer, turning the darkness into a realm of opportunity. An opportunistic hunter, the ocelot's diet is as varied as the forest itself. It preys on rodents, birds, reptiles, and even amphibians, using a combination of patience, agility, and acute senses to outwit its quarry. Its coat, a masterpiece of natural camouflage, is patterned with spots and stripes that break up its outline in the dappled light. This not only shields it from predators and rivals, but also allows it to stalk prey or rest undetected, high in the branches or deep within the tangled undergrowth. Among the forest's most specialized inhabitants is the giant anteater, a creature whose every feature is tailored to a singular purpose: the relentless pursuit of insects. With powerful claws, it tears open termite mounds and ant nests, consuming up to 35,000 insects each day. Its diet is so specialized that it rarely drinks water, obtaining moisture from its prey. The anteater's tongue is a marvel of evolution, up to 2 feet long, coated in sticky saliva, and capable of flicking in and out of a mound up to 150 times per minute. This rapid-fire feeding strategy allows it to exploit food sources that few other mammals can access. To survive on such a low-calorie diet, the giant anteater maintains one of the lowest body temperatures among mammals, conserving precious energy as it moves slowly and deliberately through its territory. Its long, bushy tail is more than just a visual signature. It serves as a thermal blanket at night and a shield from the midday sun, a simple yet ingenious adaptation that has helped this ancient survivor endure in a world of fierce competition and constant change. Stretching far beyond the dense rainforests, the South American plains, known as the Pampas and the Patagonian steppe, unfold as vast, wind-swept expanses where survival demands extraordinary adaptations. Here, the relentless sun, biting winds, and sparse vegetation have shaped a caste of mammals found nowhere else on Earth, each with its own remarkable story of endurance and ingenuity. The guanaco, a wild camelid and close cousin of the llama, is a true icon of these open spaces. Its thick, insulating coat shields it from both the searing daytime heat and the freezing nights that sweep across the plains. Guanacos are masters of water conservation. Their specialized digestive system not only extracts every possible drop of moisture from the coarse, wiry grasses, but also allows them to survive for weeks without drinking, relying solely on the dew and the scant water content in their food. Living in tightly knit herds, guanacos play a vital ecological role. Their constant grazing keeps the grasslands in check, preventing overgrowth and maintaining the delicate balance of the ecosystem. Their movements carve out trails and open up new patches for fresh growth, subtly shaping the landscape over generations. Ever vigilant, guanacos rely on keen eyesight and a sophisticated system of alarm calls to warn the herd of danger. When a predator approaches, their powerful legs propel them in a bounding gallop, zigzagging across the plains to evade pursuit. The puma, also called the cougar or mountain lion, haunts these grasslands as a silent, elusive shadow, with a tawny coat that blends seamlessly into the dry grasses and rocky outcrops. It is a master of camouflage and patience. Solitary by nature, the puma stalks its prey with calculated precision, using the cover of dusk and dawn to approach undetected. Its padded paws allow it to move almost soundlessly, closing the distance in a final explosive rush. The attack is a blur of speed and power, often over in seconds. For smaller prey, the puma's ambush is so swift that the victim has little chance to react, a testament to the predator's finely honed instincts. After a successful hunt, the puma drags its prize to a hidden spot, often beneath dense shrubs or into rocky crevices. Here, it carefully covers the carcass with leaves and soil, masking the scent from opportunistic scavengers. This secretive behavior allows the puma to return to its meal over several days, maximizing every calorie from the hard-won catch and ensuring that little is wasted in this unforgiving environment. Among the most striking inhabitants of the plains is the maned wolf, a creature that seems almost mythical. With its long, stilt-like legs and russet fur, it stands head and shoulders above the grasses, surveying its domain with an air of quiet mystery. Despite its name, the maned wolf is neither wolf nor fox, but the only member of its genus. Its elongated limbs are an evolutionary marvel, allowing it to stride effortlessly through the tall grass in search of food and to spot both prey and predators from afar. The maned wolf's diet is as varied as the landscape itself. It hunts rodents, birds, and insects, but is also a dedicated fruit eater, consuming large quantities of native fruits that ripen with the changing seasons. Of all the fruits, the lobera, or wolf's apple, holds special significance. The maned wolf's fondness for this fruit has forged a unique partnership. As it digests the fruit and disperses the seeds across the plains, it ensures the survival of the plant, while the plant provides a vital food source during lean times. The grey brocket deer, though far more elusive, is another master of adaptation. Its compact body and muted colouring allow it to slip unnoticed through the mosaic of grass and woodland at the plain's edge. Ingeniously, this shy herbivore often stands upright on its hind legs, stretching to pluck tender leaves and ripe fruits that are out of reach for most other grazers, a behaviour rarely seen among deer species. The grey brocket's resourcefulness extends to its diet. It supplements its meals with wild fungi and even seeks out mineral-rich soil, instinctively balancing its nutritional needs in a landscape where resources can be unpredictable. This behaviour, known as geophagy, is a vital adaptation. By consuming soil, the deer acquires essential minerals and neutralizes plant toxins, a subtle but crucial strategy for survival on the challenging frontier between forest and plain. In the South American plains, every mammal is a testament to the power of adaptation. From the fleet-footed guanaco to the enigmatic maned wolf and the resourceful grey brocket deer, these animals have evolved in harmony with their environment, each playing a unique role in the intricate web of life that defines this extraordinary landscape. The world's oceans and rivers are immense, dynamic realms, each brimming with astonishing biodiversity and shaped by forces both ancient and ever-changing. Here, survival is dictated by a complex interplay of adaptation, instinct, and the relentless push and pull of water itself. The green sea turtle, a living relic from the age of dinosaurs, glides effortlessly through the blue expanse. Weighing up to 400 pounds, its streamlined shell and powerful flippers are perfectly evolved for long-distance travel across vast oceanic highways. These gentle giants are the gardeners of the sea, maintaining the delicate balance of seagrass meadows. As they graze, they trim the blades, preventing overgrowth and promoting new shoots, an essential process for the health of countless marine species that depend on these underwater pastures. With lungs adapted for efficiency, green sea turtles can dive to depths of 650 feet, slowing their heart rate to conserve oxygen. While resting on the ocean floor, they can remain submerged for up to 5 hours, a testament to their remarkable physiology. Driven by an ancient navigational instinct, female sea turtles embark on epic migrations, crossing entire ocean basins. Guided by the Earth's magnetic field, they return to the very beaches where they first hatched, laying the next generation of eggs in the warm sand under the cover of night. In the cold, nutrient-rich waters of the southern oceans, the southern right whale reigns as a gentle giant. Its immense body, covered in distinctive callosities, moves with surprising grace through the rolling swells. These whales can reach lengths of 52 feet and weigh over 110,000 pounds. Once relentlessly hunted, their populations are now slowly rebounding, a fragile victory for conservation in the face of centuries of exploitation. Southern right whales are filter feeders, sweeping through clouds of plankton and krill with their massive baleen plates. Each day, they consume over 2,200 pounds of these tiny organisms, fueling their immense bodies and driving the ocean's nutrient cycles. The unique pattern of callosities on each whale's head serves as a natural identifier, allowing scientists to track individuals as they undertake migrations spanning more than 3,700 miles, epic journeys that connect feeding and breeding grounds across the globe. Bottlenose dolphins, with their sleek bodies and playful energy, are among the most intelligent inhabitants of the sea. Their societies are intricate, built on alliances, cooperation, and a sophisticated language of clicks, whistles, and body movements. Using echolocation, dolphins emit bursts of sound that bounce off objects, painting a detailed acoustic map of their surroundings. This remarkable adaptation allows them to hunt in murky waters, locate hidden prey, and navigate the ever-shifting seascape with precision. Capable of reaching speeds up to 22 miles per hour, dolphins slice through the water with astonishing agility. Their muscular tails and flexible bodies make them formidable hunters and elusive prey. In coordinated hunts, dolphins work as a team, herding schools of fish into tight, swirling balls. With synchronized movements, they take turns darting through the mass, snatching prey in a display of strategy and cooperation rarely seen in the animal kingdom. When a calf is born, the pod forms a living shield, encircling the vulnerable newborn and its mother. This protective behavior deters predators and ensures the calf's first moments are spent in safety, surrounded by the collective vigilance of the group. Along the rugged coastlines of South America, the South American sea lion dominates the rocky outcrops and windswept beaches. Their colonies are a constant flurry of movement, sound, and competition. The dominant males, or bulls, can reach lengths of 9 feet and tip the scales at nearly 800 pounds. Their deep roars echo across the shore, a warning to rivals and a call to potential mates. During the breeding season, fierce battles erupt as bulls defend their territories and harems. The clash of bodies and bellowing roars are a raw display of strength and determination, with only the most powerful securing the right to breed. In the water, sea lions transform into agile hunters, darting through kelp forests and rocky reefs in pursuit of fish, squid, and even the occasional octopus. Their keen eyesight and swift reflexes make them formidable predators in these rich coastal ecosystems. The breeding beaches are alive with a cacophony of barking sea lions, the air thick with the scent of salt and life. Here, the drama of survival plays out in every interaction, a vivid reminder of the relentless competition and cooperation that define the world beneath the waves and along the riverbanks. The Amazon rainforest is not just the largest tropical rainforest on Earth. It's a living labyrinth, a vast, breathing organism that pulses with life from the forest floor to the highest reaches of the canopy. Every inch of this emerald expanse is layered with secrets, each level a distinct universe teeming with its own cast of characters and dramas. Stretching across 9 countries, the Amazon is a patchwork of ecosystems, home to an estimated 390 billion trees representing 16,000 species. Each tree is a pillar in a living cathedral, supporting countless forms of life, both seen and unseen. The rainforest is often called the lungs of the planet, but it is more than that. It is a vast engine of renewal, cycling water, carbon, and nutrients in a delicate balance. The air here is thick with humidity, every breath saturated with the scent of earth and growing things. Within this living tapestry, nearly 10% of all known species on Earth find a home. From the smallest insects to elusive apex predators, the Amazon is a stage for endless interactions, predation, pollination, symbiosis, and survival. The diversity here is staggering. Orchids cling to ancient branches, their roots dangling in the air. Butterflies shimmer in the filtered light, while frogs and insects create a constant chorus that echoes through the undergrowth. Each year, hundreds of new species are discovered. Tiny beetles with iridescent shells, fungi that glow faintly in the darkness, and plants with properties still unknown to science. Yet for every discovery, there are countless mysteries that slip away, lost before they are ever revealed. The Amazon is a world within a world. The forest floor is a shadowy realm, thick with decaying leaves and tangled roots, where armies of insects recycle the dead into new life. Above, the understory is a maze of vines and saplings, while the canopy forms a sunlit metropolis, bustling with birds, monkeys, and epiphytes. Take the poison dart frog. its vivid colors warn of its potent toxins, which it acquires from a diet of ants and mites. In the wild, these frogs are deadly, but in captivity, deprived of their natural prey, they lose their toxicity entirely. Their life cycle is a marvel. Eggs laid on leaves, tadpoles carried by parents to tiny pools, in bromeliads high above the ground. Beneath the surface, leafcutter ants march in endless lines, harvesting leaves not for themselves, but to cultivate a specialized fungus deep underground. Their colonies are vast, with intricate tunnels and chambers, a testament to the complex societies that thrive in the shadows. High above, the sloth moves with deliberate slowness, its every motion a study in energy conservation. Its curved claws are perfectly adapted for hanging, and its languid pace is a survival strategy, making it nearly invisible to predators. The sloth spends nearly its entire life suspended in the treetops, feeding on tough leaves that few other animals can digest. Its metabolism is so slow that a single meal can take weeks to process, and its movements are dictated by the rhythm of the forest itself. Once a week, the sloth descends to the forest floor, a perilous journey, to defecate at the base of its home tree. This act fertilizes the roots, nourishing the very tree that supports its life and perpetuating a cycle of mutual dependence. The sloth's fur is a microcosm of the rainforest itself. Algae grow in the grooves of its hair, tinting it green and providing camouflage. Moths lay their eggs in the fur, their larvae feeding on the sloth's droppings, while the adult moths pollinate flowers in the canopy, a web of life contained within a single animal. Yet this intricate world is under siege. The scars of deforestation are visible from above, patches of bare earth where once there was only green, the silence of lost habitats echoing through the emptiness. In just 50 years, more than a fifth of the Amazon has been erased, replaced by farmland, pastures, and mines. The relentless advance of machines and fire threatens to unravel the delicate balance that has taken millennia to evolve. Climate change compounds the crisis, bringing droughts that parch the rivers and heat waves that wither the trees. The forest's resilience is tested as never before, its future hanging in the balance. The loss of the Amazon would be a catastrophe beyond measure, a collapse of biodiversity, a disruption of global climate, and the silencing of a world within a world that has shaped life on Earth for millions of years. Yet even in the face of adversity, the Amazon endures. In its untouched corners, rare orchids bloom, spiders weave intricate webs, and fungi glow softly in the night. A reminder that this world within a world is both fragile and resilient, and that its wonders are worth every effort to protect. The epic survival battles we witness in nature, such as the relentless synchronized pursuit of prey by African wild dogs, are not merely spectacles of instinct and adaptation. They are the living threads of a vast, interconnected tapestry, where every action, every struggle, and every triumph reverberates through the ecosystem. Even the sloth, whose deliberate movements seem almost detached from the urgency of survival, plays a vital role. Its slow journey through the rainforest canopy disperses algae and insects, subtly shaping the microhabitats that countless other species depend upon. Each animal, from the smallest insect to the largest mammal, is a keystone in the architecture of life. Their interactions, predation, symbiosis, competition, form a dynamic equilibrium, maintaining the health and resilience of their environment. When an elephant carves a waterhole into parched earth, it creates an oasis that sustains entire communities of creatures. The tapir, as it forages, scatters seeds across the forest floor, ensuring the regeneration of the very trees that shelter and feed generations to come. Vultures, often overlooked, are nature's sanitation engineers. By swiftly consuming carrion, they halt the spread of disease and recycle nutrients back into the soil, supporting the cycle of life. The intricate web of life is held together by these countless, often invisible contributions. When a single species vanishes, the balance is disrupted, and the consequences ripple outward, destabilizing entire ecosystems. Today, the threats facing wildlife are more complex and far-reaching than ever before. Expanses of forest are felled in a matter of days, erasing centuries of growth and the habitats of innumerable species. Rivers and oceans, once teeming with life, are now choked with plastic and chemical waste, poisoning the very waters that sustain entire food chains. The relentless advance of climate change is melting glaciers, intensifying droughts, and fueling wildfires that transform thriving habitats into barren wastelands. The African plains, once boundless, are shrinking, forcing herds to compete for ever-dwindling patches of grassland. In South America, the relentless march of logging and land conversion is fragmenting rainforests, isolating populations, and severing ancient migratory routes. As habitats shrink and food becomes scarce, animals are forced into unfamiliar territories, increasing conflict and reducing the chances of survival for the next generation. The relentless expansion of industry and urban sprawl carves deep scars into the wilderness, fragmenting landscapes and isolating species that once roamed freely. Yet amid these challenges, there is hope. Conservationists and scientists are working on the front lines, employing advanced tracking technologies, genetic research, and habitat restoration to safeguard vulnerable populations. The survival of endangered species now depends on our ability to understand their needs in unprecedented detail, mapping migration corridors, monitoring genetic diversity, and anticipating the impacts of environmental change. Preserving the integrity of rainforests, coral reefs, and grasslands is not just about protecting individual species, but about maintaining the complex systems that regulate our planet's climate, purify our air and water, and sustain all life. Restoration projects are rewilding landscapes, reintroducing keystone species, and rebuilding the intricate networks that allow ecosystems to flourish once more. Innovative solutions are emerging, such as wildlife corridors that reconnect fragmented habitats and sustainable land management practices that balance ecological health with human needs. The establishment of protected areas, the relentless pursuit of poachers, and the removal of deadly snares are all critical measures in the fight to preserve biodiversity. Education and outreach are empowering communities to become stewards of their local environments, fostering a culture of coexistence and respect for wildlife. The future of the world's most extraordinary creatures rests on our collective choices. Our actions today will determine whether these animals continue to shape the wild landscapes of tomorrow. By supporting rigorous scientific research, advocating for stronger environmental policies, and championing the protection of wild spaces, we can tip the balance in favor of survival. Our understanding and appreciation of the natural world must be matched by our commitment to its preservation, for the fate of countless species is intertwined with our own. Every effort, no matter how small, contributes to the resilience of ecosystems. From replanting native trees to restoring wetlands, each action helps heal the wounds inflicted on nature. Supporting organizations dedicated to wildlife protection enables critical research, anti-poaching operations, and the rescue of animals on the brink of extinction. Adopting sustainable habits, reducing waste, choosing eco-friendly products, and minimizing our ecological footprint lessens the pressure on fragile habitats. Sharing knowledge and inspiring others to value wildlife can ignite a movement, spreading awareness and fostering a global community dedicated to conservation. The legacy we leave will be measured by the wild places that endure and the species that continue to thrive long after we are gone. Let us ensure that the fierce, breathtaking encounters that define nature's epic story of survival remain a living reality, testaments to the resilience of life and to our own responsibility as guardians of the wild. Gap 2s. In the farthest reaches of our planet, where the sun barely rises in winter and the wind carves the snow into endless white deserts, life persists against overwhelming odds. The Arctic is a world defined by extremes, a landscape where temperatures plunge below -40, and the line between survival and oblivion is drawn anew each day. Here, every creature is a specialist, finely tuned by evolution to master the challenges of perpetual cold, scarce food, and relentless predators. The polar bear, ruler of this icy domain, is an apex hunter of remarkable ingenuity. Its translucent fur and thick blubber insulate it from the cold, while its sense of smell can detect a seal's breathing hole beneath a meter of compacted snow. Patiently, it waits, sometimes for hours, before striking with precision, relying on stealth and timing to secure its next meal. Beneath the snow, the Arctic fox embarks on its own quest for sustenance. With ears attuned to the faintest rustle, it listens for lemmings tunneling below. A sudden leap, a dive into the powder, and with luck, the fox emerges with a mouthful of prey. When food is scarce, it follows in the wake of polar bears, scavenging leftovers and maximizing every opportunity. Caribou, known in Europe as reindeer, traverse vast distances in search of lichen buried beneath the snow. Their hooves, sharp-edged and broad, act as both shovels and snowshoes, allowing them to dig and move efficiently across the frozen tundra. In spring, synchronized birthing floods the landscape with calves, overwhelming predators and giving the next generation a chance to survive. The snowy owl, a ghostly sentinel of the tundra, has adapted to long, sunless winters by hunting through twilight and darkness. Its silent flight and acute vision enable it to track small mammals over vast open expanses, while its thick plumage shields it from bitter winds. In the frigid seas, the narwhal navigates under shifting ice, using echolocation to find breathing holes and schools of fish. Its legendary tusk, an elongated tooth, may play a role in sensing changes in water temperature and pressure, vital for survival in a world where the environment is in constant flux. Arctic hares and ptarmigans change their coats with the seasons, blending seamlessly into snowy landscapes to evade lynx and foxes. Musk oxen form defensive circles, horns facing outward to shield calves from prowling wolves. Each strategy is a testament to the ingenuity and resilience required to endure in one of the planet's harshest environments. But survival in the Arctic is not just about individual prowess, it is a story of interconnected lives. The fate of one species ripples through the web, shaping the fortunes of others. As the seasons shift, the melting and refreezing of ice dictate the rhythm of migration, hunting, and reproduction, reminding us that even here, in the world's frozen frontier, life finds a way, adaptable, ingenious, and fiercely determined. Beneath the emerald canopy, where sunlight filters through layers of tangled leaves, a different kind of wilderness reigns. The rainforest, a realm of perpetual twilight and relentless competition, teems with life in every shadow and crevice. Here, the battles for survival are fought not by size or brute strength, but through stealth, cunning, and adaptation. High above in the dizzying heights of the canopy, poison dart frogs flash vivid warnings in electric blues and fiery oranges. Their colors are more than beauty. They're a shield, a chemical promise of danger that deters would-be predators. Yet even the most toxic inhabitants are not immune to the silent stalkers, tree snakes, gliding from branch to branch, their scales blending seamlessly with moss and lichen. They strike in an instant, their attacks as swift as a whisper. In the understory, leaf-cutter ants wage wars of their own. Columns of workers march in unison, carrying fragments of leaves many times their size. But these are not for food, they're for farming. Deep underground, the ants cultivate a fungus, their true sustenance, in one of nature's most sophisticated symbiotic relationships. Rival colonies clash in brutal skirmishes, mandibles snapping, each defending its precious territory and fungal crops. Camouflage is the rainforest's most common armor. The glass-winged butterfly, nearly invisible with its transparent wings, floats undetected past hungry birds. Praying mantises become living leaves or twigs, swaying in the breeze, waiting for an unsuspecting insect to wander too close. Even predators are prey here. The jaguar, apex hunter of the forest, moves in shadow, its rosetted coat breaking the outline of its powerful body as it stalks capybaras and peccaries along muddy riverbanks. Nightfall brings new contenders. Bats emerge in swirling clouds, echolocating through the darkness to snatch moths mid-flight. Below, the forest floor stirs with life. Army ants surge in living rivers, overwhelming everything in their path, while ocelots and pythons prowl with silent patience, seizing the moment when the balance tips in their favor. Everywhere, the struggle is relentless and unseen. Orchids and strangler figs wage slow-motion battles for sunlight, sending roots and tendrils to outcompete their neighbors. Bromeliads cradle miniature ecosystems in their water-filled leaves, harboring frogs, insects, and even small fish, all vying for space and sustenance. In the rainforest, survival is a game of inches and seconds, of adaptation and opportunity. Every organism, from the tiniest mite to the mightiest cat, is locked in a perpetual contest, each victory and defeat shaping the intricate tapestry of life that flourishes hidden beneath the green abyss. Across the sun-scorched landscapes where the earth shimmers in the relentless heat, another world of survival unfolds: the desert. Here, life persists against all odds, mastering the art of adaptation in a realm defined by scarcity and extremes. Beneath the blinding midday sun, the sand appears lifeless. But as the temperature soars, the true masters of the dunes reveal themselves. The fennec fox, with its oversized ears, listens intently for the faintest rustle beneath the surface. Its pale fur reflects sunlight while its ears radiate heat, keeping the tiny predator cool as it stalks insects and rodents in the twilight hours. Burrowed deep below, the Namib Desert's golden mole swims through sand as if it were water, escaping the searing surface. Sightless and sleek, it relies on vibrations to hunt for termites and beetle larvae, thriving where few others dare. Nearby, the sidewinder rattlesnake glides sideways across the dunes, its unique movement minimizing contact with the hot ground. Each step is a precise calculation. Energy conserved, risk minimized. Water is the desert's rarest treasure. The thorny devil lizard of Australia has evolved grooves along its skin, channeling precious dew and rainfall directly to its mouth. The oryx, a majestic antelope, can raise its body temperature to avoid sweating, conserving water as it treks across endless arid plains. Its nostrils filter dust, and its diet of dry grasses provides just enough moisture to survive. As dusk descends, the desert awakens. Nocturnal hunters emerge, scorpions glowing under ultraviolet light, their armored bodies built for ambush, jerboas with their elongated hind legs bound across the cool sand, evading owls that hunt with silent precision. In the shadows, the deathstalker scorpion waits, its venom potent enough to subdue far larger prey. Plants, too, have mastered survival. The saguaro cactus stores thousands of liters of water within its ribbed trunk, unfurling blooms in brief, spectacular displays after rare rains. Its spines shield it from thirsty herbivores, while shallow roots soak up every drop of moisture. Life in the desert is a study in resilience and ingenuity. Every creature, every plant is a testament to evolution's power, each adaptation a bold answer to the harshest questions nature can ask. In this unforgiving wilderness, survival is not a matter of strength, but of resourcefulness, patience, and the relentless will to endure. High above the plains, where the air thins and the world narrows to jagged cliffs and sweeping valleys, life carves out an existence on the very edge. The mountains, imposing, unpredictable, and often shrouded in mist, demand extraordinary adaptations from all who dare to call them home. Here, The snow leopard prowls with silent grace, its smoky fur blending seamlessly with rocks and snow. Thick, dense undercoats insulate against biting winds, while wide furred paws act as natural snowshoes, distributing weight across powdery drifts. Its long, muscular tail, almost as long as its body, serves as both a balancing rod on precarious ledges and a warm scarf in icy dens. On the craggy slopes, the mountain goat reigns supreme. Specialized hooves with rough, rubbery pads grip the narrowest of ledges, allowing these nimble climbers to traverse vertical cliffs in search of sparse vegetation. Their powerful legs absorb shocks from leaps and falls, while a compact body conserves heat in freezing temperatures. In the Himalayas, the Himalayan tahr navigates steep, rocky terrain with similar agility. Its thick, reddish-brown coat grows denser as winter approaches, providing insulation against snow and chilling winds. Social by nature, tahrs form tight-knit groups, using collective vigilance to spot predators from afar. The Andean condor, lord of the South American skies, soars effortlessly on thermal updrafts, rarely flapping its immense wings. Adapted to thin air, its respiratory system efficiently extracts oxygen at high altitudes, while keen eyesight scans for carrion far below. When food is scarce, these scavengers can travel hundreds of kilometers in a single day. Even the smallest mountain dwellers showcase remarkable survival strategies. The pika, a tiny mammal of the Asian and North American highlands, spends summer days gathering and drying alpine plants, creating hay piles to sustain it through harsh, snowbound winters. Unable to hibernate, pikas rely on these carefully curated stores, venturing out only when conditions allow. Alpine plants, too, have mastered survival at elevation. The edelweiss, with its woolly white leaves, reflects ultraviolet rays and traps warmth close to the stem, thriving amid frost and fierce winds. Cushion plants form dense, low mats, reducing heat loss and sheltering roots from icy gusts. As storms rage and seasons shift, mountain animals and plants endure, their lives defined by constant adaptation. Every trait, every behavior is honed for survival in this realm above the clouds. In the mountains, only the most resilient, those shaped by the relentless challenges of altitude and exposure, can truly thrive. Beneath the sunlit waves, far below the reach of light and warmth, lies a world shrouded in perpetual darkness, the deep sea. Here, at crushing depths where pressure can exceed 1,000 times that at the surface, life has evolved in ways both extraordinary and alien. In this silent, cold expanse, survival is dictated by the scarcity of food and the omnipresent threat of predation. The anglerfish, a master of deception, lures prey with a glowing filament suspended before its gaping jaws. This bioluminescent lure, powered by symbiotic bacteria, mimics the faint glimmer of drifting prey. When an unsuspecting fish draws near, the anglerfish's lightning-fast strike leaves no chance for escape. Elsewhere, the gulper eel glides through the inky blackness with a mouth so expansive it can engulf creatures nearly half its own size. Its elastic stomach allows it to store large meals, a crucial adaptation in a habitat where food is unpredictable and infrequent. Light is currency in the abyss. The vampire squid, for instance, employs a cloak of bioluminescent mucus to confuse predators before retreating into the gloom. Its gelatinous body, soft and pliable, withstands the immense pressures of the deep, while minimal metabolic rates allow it to survive on meager rations. Camouflage is a vital shield. The glass squid is nearly transparent, its internal organs masked by light-producing cells, counter-illumination that erases its silhouette from below. Meanwhile, the barrel-eye fish scans the darkness with upward-facing tubular eyes encased in a transparent dome. These specialized eyes capture the faintest traces of light filtering down, revealing the outlines of prey silhouetted against the faint glow above. Some denizens, like the giant isopod, rely on patience and resilience, Scavenging the ocean floor, it endures long periods without food, its metabolism slowed to a crawl. When a feast appears, a fallen whale or fish, these armored crustaceans gorge themselves, storing energy for the next famine. Even the tiniest inhabitants display ingenuity. Deep-sea amphipods construct burrows in the soft sediment, emerging only when vibrations signal the approach of food or foe. Their bodies are fortified with pressure-resistant proteins, guarding against the crushing weight of the abyss. Throughout this alien landscape, bioluminescence reigns supreme. Flashing, glowing, and shimmering in every hue, it is used to hunt, to hide, to communicate, and to mate. In the deep sea, light is both weapon and shield, a lifeline in the eternal night. Here, survival demands more than strength or speed. It requires innovation, patience, and adaptability beyond imagination. In the abyssal depths, nature's strangest marvels endure, a testament to life's relentless drive to persist, even in the most forbidding realms on Earth. Across the globe, a powerful rhythm pulses through the wild, an ancient call that compels countless creatures to embark on epic journeys. This is the saga of seasonal migration, where survival hinges on movement, memory, and the ability to adapt to ever-changing worlds. On the African plains, herds of wildebeest thunder across the Savannah, driven by the promise of fresh grass and life-giving rains. Over 1 million strong, they traverse more than 1,000 miles each year, braving swollen rivers, parched earth, and the constant threat of predators. Crocodiles lurk in murky waters, lions and hyenas stalk the edges, and yet the herds press on, guided by instinct and the scent of distant storms. In the skies, the Arctic tern undertakes the longest migration of any animal, an astonishing round trip from the northernmost reaches of the planet to the Antarctic coast and back. Navigating by the sun, the stars, and the Earth's magnetic field, these slender birds traverse over 40,000 miles annually. Along the way, they face fierce storms, dwindling food supplies, and the challenge of finding safe places to rest, all for the reward of perpetual summer and abundant feeding grounds. Beneath the waves, humpback whales sing their haunting songs as they journey between polar feeding grounds and tropical breeding waters. Each migration is a marathon of endurance, requiring months of non-stop travel. Calves born in warm, sheltered bays must quickly gain strength for the long swim north, while adults rely on blubber reserves built up during the feast in colder seas. The perils are many: entanglement, ship strikes, and the ever-present risk of starvation if their timing falters. Even the smallest travelers undertake great journeys. Monarch butterflies, delicate and fragile, flutter thousands of miles from North America to the mountain forests of central Mexico. Guided by environmental cues and an inherited map, these insects cross vast landscapes, battling wind, rain, and exhaustion. Only a fraction survive the journey, yet those that do cluster in the millions, transforming the forest into a living tapestry of orange and black. For every migrant, the journey is a gauntlet of obstacles. Weather can turn treacherous without warning, food and water may grow scarce, and predators lie in wait along every route. Yet migration is a gamble that pays off, a strategy honed by evolution, allowing animals to exploit distant resources, avoid harsh seasons, and ensure the next generation thrives. These migrations are more than movement. They are a testament to resilience and unity. Whether on land, in the air, or beneath the sea, each journey reveals a profound interconnectedness, a living thread that binds the fortunes of species to the turning of the earth itself. In this relentless pursuit of survival, nature's travelers write one of the greatest stories on our planet, year after year, across the endless wild.